in to rewrite the screenplay.
He taught me quite a lot about transposing from the book to a script and making it work.
The filmmakers decide to sidestep any political issues by changing the villains from the Russian counter-espionage service to the private organization Spectre.
According to your instructions, I've planned for Spectre to steal from the Russians their new lector-decoding machine.
While work on the script continues, the filmmakers turn to casting. Noted film actor and novelist Robert Shaw signs on to play Spectre killer Red Grant.
My orders are to kill you and deliver the lector.
For the role of Spectre number 3, the filmmakers turn to an unlikely but brilliant choice.
He seems fit enough. Have him report to me in Istanbul in 24 hours.
Former German cabaret star Lotte Lenya.
She was the wife of Kurt Weill and very well known in the European theatrical scene and film scene of Germany.
After being nominated for an Academy Award for Tennessee Williams's The Roman Spring of Mrs. Stone, Lotte Lenya signs on to play the decidedly unglamorous role of Colonel Rosa Klebb.
You are not here to ask questions.
The role of Kerim Bey is cast when famed director John Ford calls Terence Young. He asks if Young has a role for Mexican actor Pedro Armendariz. Young quickly casts Armendariz as Kerim Bey, head of Station T, Turkey. It is a stellar cast, pulled together largely by director Terence Young.
Terence was extremely knowledgeable about these actors and actresses.
For the roles of the two gypsy fighting women, filmmakers turn to two beauty pageant winners. Alicia Gurr becomes a finalist in the 1961 Miss Universe pageant before landing a role in the London musical Ramona.
We lasted 2 nights, but in the audience, first row, was Mr. Harry Saltzman.
Martine Beswick has her first brush with James Bond after she enters a beauty contest in Jamaica.
Prize was this wonderful red car, little mini Minor, convertible. So I decided, that's it. I am going to get this. I'm going to win.
Martine Beswick wins the pageant, sells the car, and moves to London to try her hand at acting.
The first interview I went on was to meet Terence Young for Dr. No.
Beswick does not get the part, but she meets Young again later.
He said, "Oh, you're wonderful. I really loved you in that, but darling, you didn't have enough experience, so now I want you to do this." So that's when I did From Russia with Love.
With key roles cast, the only part remaining is Bond's love interest, Russian cipher clerk Tatiana Romanova. Once again, the filmmakers find a former beauty pageant queen to fill the role.
Allora, ho cominciato come indossatrice a Roma.
I began as a model in Rome, working for Valentino, among others, and then I took part in the Miss Universe contest in Miami.
Daniela and I were roommates, and we were both the top runner-ups in the Miss Universe.
First runner-up, the delegate from Italy. Daniela Bianchi.
At the time, a movie agent asked me if I wanted to be in movies, if I wanted to give it a try, and so I did. I had some small parts in commercial films until Terence Young came to Rome looking for the protagonist of From Russia with Love.
Bianchi, like dozens of other actresses, screen tests for the role at Pinewood Studios, performing the famous bedroom meeting between her and Bond. A familiar but unlikely face plays 007 for the audition, actor Anthony Dawson, who appeared as Professor Dent in Dr. No. Filmmakers do not come to a decision about their leading lady until production is ready to begin.
Yes, I waited a couple of months. I had very long hair, and in the meantime I cut it, and Terence was very disappointed.
Then I will take it off.
Despite the shorter hair, Daniela Bianchi adds an air of exotic beauty to the cast. As production nears, Ken Adam, a key member of the production team, becomes unavailable.
Kubrick had seen Dr. No, and he was so impressed by it that he called me if I would like to do his next picture, which was Dr. Strangelove.
With Ken Adam unavailable, the filmmakers turn to his art director from Dr. No, Sid Kane. Also missing is stunt arranger Bob Simmons.
He basically handed that one over to Peter Perkins because he was on another film.
By March, all the elements are in place except one, the screenplay. The filmmakers find the addition of Spectre to the plot does not yet work. The studio has concerns that the story is too complex. Even as rewrites continue, the filmmakers hold a press conference at the Connaught Hotel to announce production. Filming with the principal actors begins on April Fool's Day, 1963. The scene introduces a new member to the James Bond family.
Miss Moneypenny, ask the equipment officer to come in, please.
It came absolutely right out of the blue. I just got a message from my agent saying, I've got a part for you in the next Bond film.
An ordinary black leather case with 20 rounds of ammunition here and here.
The briefcase becomes the first of Bond's lethal toys from Q, and Desmond Llewellyn becomes internationally famous as the gadget master of MI6.
Now, normally to open a case like that, you move the catches to the side. If you do, the cartridge will explode in your face. Now, to stop the cartridge exploding, turn the catches horizontally, like that. Then open normally.
Editor Peter Hunt has his own fun with the locks in the cutting room.
Terence was saying, what you got cut? What, can I see anything? You know, he was anxious. Yeah, I said, we got the scene with M and Q and Bond in the office. Oh, good, let's have a look at it.
Catches like that.
That's right.
And open ordinarily.
Terence fell out of his chair, and he loved it so much. Those are the sort of fun things that we did.
On April the 3rd, shooting continues with Lotte Lenya and Daniela Bianchi. The mood off camera is decidedly different than the on-screen tension.
Ah, yes. Well, it was pretty funny because Lotte was a very small, very sweet woman, and Terence had chosen her for the role of a tough villain. It was just totally different from what she was. Then it was funny because she had to wear these really thick glasses in the scene where she was so villainous and rigid. She couldn't see a thing.
The scene contains risque undertones for the time, which are expertly handled by director Terence Young.
Ah, Terence Young. Terence Young was a very elegant man, very refined, very demanding on the set, but he always succeeded in creating a pleasant and friendly atmosphere.
On Friday, April the 5th, filming moves to Stage D at Pinewood Studios, where Terence Young stages an international chess championship.
One of my favourite sets, one that still is, you know. I took it as a chess motif, which hopefully gave it the right atmosphere.
The set costs $150,000 to build, and that does not even include the ceiling, which is recreated by matte artist Cliff Cully.
All the columns around the sides, and from there on up was painted. There's, I mean, like most film sets, no top. You know, most film sets are lit from the top, as you know, so if you get a big shot that features a ceiling, you can bet your life it's either a hanging miniature or it's a matte painting, you know, to hide all the lighting.
The scene also includes one of the most